today, and we are super fucking happy about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, take a moment to like and empty the space. Let's bring some more people in here to enjoy the celebration.
Yes.
The farewell party to the Saviour.
Say goodbye, a farewell for this motherfucker that put the fucking video of the fucking hostage. So this is a fucking farewell for me, okay?
Because he shouldn't exist from the get-go. He should have been executed by the Mossad long time ago, and I've been asking for this for a long time. And I was talking to my commander, I'm telling you, this needs to go.
I think that you need to gather all the Zios, eliminate them.
He deserves to be genocided like all the other Nazis, and he's a convicted fucking criminal. And they pissed the hell out of me. This fucking Hamas and giving them a voice after October 7th, and us Jews and Israelis can live peacefully. I hate him.
Great.
I hate him.
Hello, can you all hear me? Hello. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I think it's working now. Sorry. Can everyone hear me okay? It says it's working now, so hopefully it is. Oh yeah, nice one. Thank you everyone for joining. We've got a live chat tonight. Everyone's happy today to be here. It's great to see. Let me just put it on face cam quickly. Sorry about the technical difficulties at the beginning. I'm not really sure what happened, to be honest with you guys. It was my microphone was on, so I'm not sure. But thank you all for tuning in. I can see a lot of comments right now coming in. There's a lot of comments about Trump right now, you know. So I want to start it off. I mean, first of all, where's everyone watching from tonight? Is there anyone from the UK here with me? Any British friends? Is there any Americans, any Palestinians, any Lebanese, any Yemenis? Oh, thank you, Sarah. Appreciate it. But yeah, where you guys are watching me from tonight? Is there anyone? Let me know. Let me know what countries we've got in here. We know we've got a few people. Oh, you got Sarah from the US. Shout out to you. Obviously, you got Zion Don in charge of your country now. So how does that feel? Another US. Great. We've got a lot of people from the US tonight. It must be the reason why everyone's tuning in to see about Trump. We got a British friend. We got Roby from the UK. Shout out to you, brother. Who else have we got? Let me check on. We got Irish. We got the Irish in here. Shout out to the Irish, man. Irish always doing the best for the Palestinians. You know, they put us British people to shame in that sense. Oh, we got You're from Cambridge, bro. Yeah. Nice. I know there's like a university up there or something, or a college. I know that's very well heard of up there. Oh, we got someone from Spain, Espanol. Shout out to you, the Spanish brothers. Where else is everyone from? We saw loads of people talking. I know there's a lot here. Yeah, so oh wait. We got all the US guys are hovering the White House transmission website for the release of the JFK files. I mean, yeah, what do you guys think about the JFK files dropping? Sorry. I mean, my personal thoughts are they're dropping the JFK files supposedly. We all know who was involved. I mean, it happened to be maybe the same people that, you know, JFK wanted to take away the nuclear treaty, you know. Interesting who that could have been. I wonder who. Oh, Roby, I'm sorry, you're a girl. I'm so sorry. I must have called you bro or something. So shout out to you. We've got Birmingham in here. We got the French in here. I mean, you're from France, you say. What's your? I saw that they're trying to. Keir Starmer and Macron are talking about they want to get the troops together in case of a ceasefire in Ukraine. I don't know why. I don't want to. I'm not going to fight Russia. I know that for certain. But yeah, we back to what you said, Sarah. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Sorry. Oh yeah. So yeah, the JFK files. I mean, personally, I wouldn't surprise me, you know, if it comes out that for some reason it was Russia or Iran. You know, what's the chances it's gonna be Russia or Iran? They blame it on like they always do. You know, it wouldn't surprise me one bit. They'll try and make up, oh, you know, Putin. You know, somehow Putin travelled back on a time machine, and he got it done. You know, wouldn't surprise me with the day and age that we're living in. You know. Or they'll just try and blame Iran, of course. That's the other person they always like to blame. Or maybe China. It could be China this time, guys. I don't know. It's going to be China, Russia, or Iran. It's definitely not going to be Israel. We know that for sure. They're not going to put any ties to Israel. It wouldn't be released. So, yeah. But yeah, it's good to see a lot of people in here tonight. I mean, we've got a few things to go over. Obviously, the title of the stream is about what's going on in the West Bank. And, of course, we've got Zion Don in charge of the US now. My thoughts on Donald Trump, to be honest, I'm not too sure. Obviously, he's a Zionist. I mean, if I was an American, I suppose I'd see he's doing some good things for the country, of course, but they all have the same masters, you know. One thing I always noticed about, you know, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Trump, whoever it may be, they all have completely opposite views. Well, not Biden and Kamala because they're in the same party, but let's take Kamala and Trump, for example. They all have such opposing views, but then when it comes down to Israel, all of their views align. Interesting. Why is that? So they disagree on pretty much everything, but when it comes down to Israel, you know, nah, they're in complete agreement that we support Israel and blah, blah, blah. The same type of shit every time. So, oh yeah, whoa, Hamas killed JFK. Yeah, I know, I can't believe it. Hamas killed JFK. Iran is the reason your batteries are dead in your remote. I mean, yeah, I'm glad you guys are on the same wavelength for me. You know, there's no way they're gonna come out and say it was Mossad. There's no way. Martin Luther King as well. They're dropping the files. I saw something they said, was it JFK files are dropping within 15 days, and then the Martin Luther King files are dropping within 45 or something. So they're gonna probably just blame it on it's got to be China, Iran, or Russia. It's one of them three. It's got to be. Or they're just going to give you some pointless information that means nothing, and it's going to leave us in the same situation that we was in before. But yeah, I suppose we should start getting into some stuff. Let me just rearrange all my tabs, because I don't know, I was kind of slacking today. I was meant to do the stream about 30 minutes ago, but I just got carried away on my phone looking at all of this stuff with the JFK. Oh, playing that by accident. Oh yeah, what's going on Party? I'm on Party as well now. I've got one follower. Lucky me. Apparently that's a new free speech app. I'm not too sure. Oh, we got Robin on Kick as well. Shout out to you, Robin. I can see you there. I always have to go onto my Kick stream on like another tab, which is kind of annoying. Does anyone know how I can get that chat over here somehow? I just need to check the Rumble as well, because there's always people on Rumble and I always end up forgetting, which is my bad, I know, but hopefully there must be a way. Oh yeah, shout out to you, Mandy, on Rumble. Appreciate you from the States as well. Nice to see you here. What's your thoughts on Donald Trump? I'll come back and check in a second what's going on in that chat. Okay, we've got some more comments. Let me just check up on this before we get started. What a Saudi game from this. So yeah, we saw, was it Trump came out and he said that he got 600 billion from Saudi, and now he wants to get 1 trillion from Saudi, which is crazy already, the amount of money that he's getting, and he wants more. I don't really understand what's going on there, to be honest with you. What do they need the money for? I have no clue as well, but yeah. Oh, Shaquille, it was your first time. Yeah, we do these regular streams, really. We try and do them every like 2 or 3 times a week, around the same sort of time, between 10 and 11 UK time. We try and catch everyone, you know, the British people, so it's not too late for them, and obviously the Americans. It's like kind of a good time, really, that we do it. My account's been super shadow banned lately as well. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but the last few days, it's ever since like the ceasefire came along, I think some people are already starting to forget about Palestine, but we've got a lot to speak about on that issue because of all the stuff that's been going on in the West Bank. I'm sure you guys have probably seen what's been happening in Jenin, especially. Israeli forces have launched a new operation, which basically means they're just going to invade and kill everyone and try and take all the land. But it comes, you know, within hours of the ceasefire being announced in Gaza. So, these genocidal demons, they really can't keep their hands clean. You know, they've always got they're always out to get Palestinians, especially. You know, they can't help themselves. There's no hostages in the West Bank. Like, I don't know what they're doing. So, but yeah, I appreciate you tuning in anyway. Let's get started anyway on some news. Just double checking the Rumble. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, the Epstein list, I don't know what the hell happened to that. You know, that's just been basically brushed under the rug and forgotten about. But anyway, on to what's been going on in the West Bank. So, for those of you that ain't really seen what's been going on, well, this is when I first started to notice some escalations around January the 20th. Around this sort of date, this was like the night time, and there was some stuff going on in the daytime as well. If I did post it, I can't really find it. My timeline's been a bit of a mess lately because I've been reposting a lot of things. My account's kind of been deboosted a lot, so I've just trying to be helping the other smaller accounts, you know, the accounts that are still posting about, trying to help them guys get some views at least if my account's not doing well. But anyway, so basically on the 20th of January we saw illegal settlers start to burn down civilian homes and set fires to car parks in the West Bank, and this all stemmed from the Gaza ceasefire. You know, they didn't want this to happen. It basically kept all of the eyes off the West Bank. Like, as much as we all kept our eyes on Gaza, it brought so much attention away from the West Bank. And obviously this stuff's always been going on since pretty much the dawn of time, before I was born, you know, before probably a lot of people in this chat was born. This has been going on for many years. And yeah, so they've gone straight back to doing what they was doing. Well, they was probably doing this the whole time, but like I said, we didn't really see as much because there was so much stuff going on in Gaza. And they've obviously breached the Gaza ceasefire multiple times too, but they've just calmed down basically. But so yeah, we saw illegal settlers burning down civilian homes and setting fire to car parks in the West Bank. This is where it first started to escalate, you know, and I'll show you. So yeah, it's just a short video, but we can see there's loads of fires everywhere. You know, classic settler behaviour, going around burning things down, setting fires to homes, all of that. So, I mean, I don't know. But then anyway, so the day after, January the 21st, Operation Iron Walls was launched by Israel and Jenin, and I put in brackets. Basically what this means is that they're invading and killing Palestinians in Jenin, because that's what they're doing. So, we've got some videos of when the Israeli vehicles first started coming in. And there's another video. So yeah, so we started to see like loads of military bulldozers come. Sorry, this Twitter stuff's so annoying. Like, why is it so awkward? What the hell? Sorry. So yeah, we started seeing all these like Israeli military bulldozers come storming into the West Bank. Loads of like jeeps full of Israeli soldiers. The traitorous PA forces, may I add, that are letting this happen, and they're actually assisting Israel in this operation. We'll get into that as we go through. But yeah, so basically they started invading the West Bank, mainly Jenin, and I just wanted to read a comment that I saw come up and it said the US and the UK are silent on the new attacks on the West Bank, and I'd actually say yeah, but it's not even just the US and the UK. I'd say pretty much the whole world has been quite silent about what's going on. I mean, there's a few accounts that are talking about what's going on, but the reach, you know, what we was talking about Gaza, there was a lot more eyes on it, and it's like since the ceasefire's been announced, a lot of people must just think it's over now. Like, they've just gone back to doing whatever they do in their lives, thinking, oh, this is all over. But for those of us that are actually still locked in and still watching everything that's going on, we can see this is very far from over. If anything, this is going to be a very, very big war in the West Bank. Probably wouldn't surprise me if it ends up being a genocide. I mean, we saw there was drone, like the drone quadcopter things, you know, that Israel uses, the drones, and they drop the bombs. They was dropping bombs on civilian homes already in the West Bank. How much longer until we start seeing, you know, what they was doing to Gaza happening there? I'm not too sure. Someone asked if I'm Muslim. No, I'm not Muslim. I'm a Christian. I mean, it doesn't take a Muslim to stand up for Palestine. That's like my favorite saying that I always used to see on Twitter and in protests and things like that, because it just takes someone with humanity, you know. Let me just put onto face cam for this, because I wanted to just add that I'm not an expert in any of this field. You know, I'm not an expert in wars or anything like that. I'm just a normal human being that started to see what was going on around the world, and I decided I need to speak up. It doesn't take a genius or an expert to see that there was a genocide going on in Gaza, and it doesn't take a genius or an expert to see what they're doing in the West Bank is, you know, just a land grab. They're just trying to occupy land and kill Palestinians for the Greater Israel Project. So, I mean, it really doesn't take a genius, but no, I'm definitely not an expert. No, I'm not saying you did imply that. I'm just saying that it doesn't matter what religion you are, it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are. I think it's just people with a good heart can genuinely see what's going on, and yeah, that's how it should be. So it's good that we all speak up. But you said, can we save the average Twitter IQ is the question. I mean, we woke up a lot of people to the genocide in Gaza, so that is the plan, you know. We're hoping that if we keep posting the news, we're anti whatever basically everything the mainstream media says ends up being the opposite, you know. So as long as we keep talking about what's going on and we're showing them evidence as well, we're not just tweeting and we're having an opinion or something without any proof. We're showing everyone the videos of what's going on, of the children being killed, of the people being kidnapped, of the civilian homes being bombed, of, you know, I saw a video this morning of Israelis throwing an innocent cat off of a building, and then hours later there was another one and the Israelis were burning the cat with boiling hot water. So like it doesn't stop at babies, it doesn't stop at women, and it doesn't stop at animals. These are just barbaric demons that do this everywhere they go. And no matter how many ceasefires get called in Palestine, in Lebanon, wherever it may be, Israel just don't stop. So hopefully we can save the average IQ Twitter. I mean, it is very hard to get through to some people sometimes, but all we can do is try our best, you know. How can we sleep at night and think, oh, you know, we didn't even try to help, you know? Especially if I've got like a big platform. I've got to use it for the greater good, you know. So we'll try our best. All we can do is keep posting, and hopefully it'll be alright. Sup B Jivka, thanks for tuning in, brother, on YouTube. And yeah, Sarah, it is a war on children. Sorry, I'm just reading. There's a lot of comments tonight. It's very active tonight. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate it. So right, this Twitter stuff needs to sort this out. Like, oh my god, these sirens are so loud in my ears. It might not be loud for you guys, but it's proper ringing in my ears. Right. So yeah, traitorous PA forces were coordinating and working together with the IDF to track down and murder Palestinians. Let's play the video. These are only short clips, but we'll play them. So yeah, and a lot of people as well are confused about the whole Palestinian Authority thing, because some people don't even know what the PA is. When I'm doing tweets saying PA forces, there's people commenting like, who's the PA? And I told them it's the Palestinian Authority, and a lot of people, they've got this brainwashed reality. I'm not sure where they get these ideas from. I'm not sure who's feeding them this nonsense. But the Palestinian Authority is not working with the Palestinians, guys. Like, I feel like I need to proper speak about this for a second, because I don't know what's been going on where everyone's been getting this ideology that the Palestinian authorities are somehow here to help the Palestinians. But would you trust someone that works with a Zionist? Would you trust someone that has good ties with a Zionist? That's the first question. Because these Palestinian Authority members, they're working alongside Israel. Literally, they're patrolling streets of them. Israel goes around oppressing all the Palestinians, and they kill, you know, they've got a so-called war with Hamas. Why have they not got a war with the Palestinian Authority? It's just suspicious instantly, you know. Why have they never got any issues with these guys? And then you see what the Palestinian Authority do. They go around and they're watching their brothers and their sisters with the same bloodline as them, supposedly. The same bloodline as them, being slaughtered and killed and butchered by these demons, these Israeli forces. And they're not stopping anything. They're not trying to get involved. And then on top of that, they're actually working alongside them. They're going out there when the invasion started in Jenin the other day. What did the PA forces do? First of all, they coordinated with the Israeli forces, told them where all of the Palestinian resistance fighters are, and then they ran off out the area. There's videos of them driving off in their trucks scared. They left the Palestinians to deal with it themselves. Are these people that we can trust? And this has been going on since way before October 7th. There's even videos on my page, you can go back and look from the West Bank, of Palestinian authorities betraying Palestinians. You know, they're acting exactly the same as the Israeli forces. So they claim to be Palestinians, but they are Zionists, and I don't trust them, and neither should any of you. And there's multiple videos and footage of this stuff happening. This isn't my word of mouth, so I don't know where there's so many PA defenders all of a sudden in the comments, like, oh no, the Palestinian Authority, they're here to help the Palestinian. No, they're not. They're really not, guys. They're exactly what B. Jivka said. They're collaborators working against the resistance fighters. How can you work against the people that are trying to protect your land? You know, Palestine doesn't have an army or anything like that, especially Gaza, you know, Hamas, all these people. The PA forces are against these people. They're arresting them and they're handing them over to Israeli forces. Some are even getting executed. I saw a video, what was it, yesterday or the day before? Palestinian Authority shot a resistance fighter in Jenin in the head and left him to bleed out and die. Then there's another video of them literally getting kidnapped and dragged down the road. The exact same thing we were seeing the Israeli soldiers doing to the civilians in Gaza. The PA forces are doing it to the civilians in the West Bank. And they're literally teamed up with Israel. So, yeah, I don't know how anyone can have any sort of trust for them. I'm just going to read through the comments quickly because I can see that there's a lot. Yeah, the PA is very dependent on Israel, of course. That's what I'm saying. They literally rely on Israel, and they'll backstab their own Palestinian brothers and sisters over it, just to get a check and some safety. They betray their own people. But yeah, you are right as well. The PA was only established because of the Oslo Accords. And yeah, the Palestinian President Abbas, I mean, what has he done? What's he done for the Palestinians this whole time this genocide has been going on? What, he had a couple of meetings? He said a few words that there needs to be a ceasefire? I'm not being funny. Your brothers in Yemen and your brothers in Lebanon have been doing a lot more work than you have. People in, your brothers in Iran as well. These countries have actually been bombing Israel. What has the Palestinian Authority done? What has President Abbas done? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, yeah, they're very suspicious. They're traitors, and they shouldn't be trusted. There's even videos on my YouTube channel where, this was like a few weeks ago as well, you can see videos of PA forces. Literally, they was storming civilian homes and taking pictures in the civilian homes like it was a victory, the same way the Israeli soldiers do. It's honestly crazy. They're complete traitors. But yeah, anyway, so this is another video. Israel started shooting at random Palestinians for fun in the West Bank. The same tactics that they're doing in Gaza, they're now doing it in the West Bank a lot more. Now look at this. They're fucking shooting random Palestinians for fun, literally. The guy's just walking down the road and they're shooting him and shooting him and shooting him until they get him. Unbelievable. And there's another one, look. This guy's an elderly man. And he's like you can tell he's definitely an elderly man, look. Luckily this guy, a miracle happened. I don't know how he didn't get shot, but look at this video. Like, it's honestly just fun and games for these people. And then, yeah, Israel's back to breaching the ceasefire in Gaza. They're shooting Palestinians dead. Obviously, this is just an image of someone being shot. Obviously, I can't show you the videos on here because we are on Twitch and YouTube as well. And we will get banned, so... But the videos are all available on my X page and my Telegram, if you guys are interested. So, I'm just moving this out of the way so my dog can sit down. Got controllers, headsets everywhere. But anyway, so then this is early days as well. This is like 2 days ago, so the death count has gone up a lot more. Israeli airstrikes and ground offensive target Jenin in the West Bank. At least 8 Palestinians reported dead. A new Israeli military operation in Jenin has resulted in the deaths of at least 8 Palestinians following a 6-week siege by Palestinian Authority forces in the city. Interesting. Also, guys, while you're here, if you don't mind, drop a follow on my other account, S2F Uncensored. This is just like more for like global news, and this one's a lot more unbiased. I'll be honest. Like, obviously, we never post anything to support anyone we don't like. Like, we don't support fucking Israel or nothing. They're not going to be like fucking supporting Israel sentences, but this is just more like, you see how the way this tweet's worded is less like opinion behind it, you know. My main account is obviously like got a lot of opinion behind it. So if you guys don't mind dropping a follow there, we're trying to grow that one big as well, so we can get a larger audience and we can help spread the news as well. So pay your dog for me. What do you mean pay my dog? Pay my dog with what? Oh, she's gone next door now anyway. I don't know if you meant to say pat your dog or something, or pay your dog, but I don't know. My dog accepts dog treats and, like, you know, she likes a bit of chicken and all that, but She, I don't know what I can pay her and what currency you're talking about. But anyway, yeah. I know I labelled this the West Bank, but this bookmark folder, but as I was going through, I realised there was a couple of other bits to talk about, which ain't particularly the West Bank, but they're important. So, also, the 9 October 7th events in Israel is now a criminal offence punishable by 5 years. So, interesting. Pat your dog. I thought you meant pat your dog. This Twitter stuff they need to sort this stuff out. Every time I click on a post, it brings me all the way back to the top. But yeah, Hamas made a statement on Israel's Jenin invasion, and they said, "We call for a general mobilization and to confront the occupation's broad aggression in Jenin, and to support the resistance to confront the Zionist brutality. The behaviour of the PA forces that withdrew from the vicinity of Jenin, coinciding with the start of the occupation operation, raises astonishment." So, you know, even Hamas can see through the PA. They're not stupid. They're asking, like, what's going on? Why is the PA withdrawing? You know, it's raising astonishment, literally, like the behaviour of them. Yeah, I mean, thoughts. I'll quickly talk about Syria only for 1 minute because I'll try and stay on topic. But my thoughts on the new. Oh, thank you, Shaquille, for following me everywhere. I really appreciate that, bro. Thoughts on the new government in Syria. I mean, it's a HTS-led terrorist organisation that were literally beheading Palestinians. I saw a picture of them. One of the guys that was appointed in the office is literally beheaded a Palestinian kid and took a picture of it. Oh, thank you for that, the subscriber. Thank you, brother. But yeah, I mean, we tried warning everyone the whole time that Syria stuff really escalated and Assad was there. But yeah, like Shaquille said, it's ISIS and Al Qaeda running it. So obviously they've done a great job of giving Muslims a bad name. That's the only reason why people try and blame Muslims for terror attacks. Is because of people like ISIS, which aren't even really Muslims in my eyes. They're Zionists pretending to be Muslims. But you know, I don't know why people support these people, but I feel like that stuff's happened now. Clearly people, you know, didn't feel the same way. I got attacked a lot for saying that I don't support HDS, but you know, look what they're letting Israel do right now. Israel's just occupying more and more of Syria every single day, and HDS have done absolutely nothing about it. So I'll just say we tried to warn everyone, I guess, but you know, what can we do? But no, I don't support them, if that's the question. I just genuinely hope what's best for the Syrian people happens, you know. So hopefully something happens. But anyway, so Israeli bulldozers started destroying streets surrounding the Jenin government hospital. The same stuff that they do in Gaza. They start. Do you remember? Who remembers as well? You remember when what was the first hospital that got bombed in Gaza? I can't remember the name. Was it the Baptist hospital? I'm not sure. But the first hospital that got bombed in Gaza, do you remember when they tried making out that, like, it was after only a couple of days after October 7th, and they tried making out that Hamas blew up their own hospital with rocket launchers, like something about air defense systems. They made up basically a load of nonsense, and they apparently blew up their own hospitals. And then, like, how many hospitals later, like hundreds of hospitals later, like, people actually realised that you know, there was, obviously we're not stupid enough to believe that, but there was a lot of stupid people after the first few days. And, you know, then they started to realise, hang on a minute, they've bombed a lot of hospitals now. I thought it was Hamas. Clearly that was a lie. Yeah. So I'm just reading the comments. Yeah, I mean, that's what I said, Penguin, really. Like, I just genuinely, like, I'm not from Syria, you know, and I don't know what they think. Like, I understand that they might not have liked Assad, but I always kept to this same point that I don't like Keir Starmer of my country, but I wouldn't team up with ISIS and Al Qaeda fighters to run him out the government, because that would just be an even worse idea, you know. So I suppose people didn't want to listen, and then the hard way is the only way people learn, unfortunately. But I genuinely just hope that the Syrian people are okay and they make it through whatever happens in the future. So yeah, I'm sure they'll find out sooner or later. But here's some footage of the occupation bulldozers destroying the streets outside the Jenin hospital. And yeah, that's what they're doing. More footage here. And yeah, Sarah, you're completely right that there's a lot of Arabic news channels, unfortunately, that did a great job of covering what was going on in Gaza, but they also at the same time push this propaganda. You know, it's like they, I don't know, they try and push this narrative that just because ISIS claim to be Muslims, they claim to be, that means that they're not doing anything wrong. You know, which is the wrong way to think. I mean, whatever you want to say about Assad, he didn't let all this shit run. They weren't Israel doing this and that the whole time he was in charge, you know. So you can see the clear difference already. But sorry, there's a lot of different conversations going on. Shaquille, you asked if I invite guests to speak on my live. Yeah, we've had a couple of guests only. We've had 2 guests. I haven't been streaming for too long, just maybe a month or 2. We had Jackson Hinkle on, and we had Ryan Dawson on as well. Both of them interviews, sorry, they're on my, I think they're on my Rumble page. Sorry, excuse me. They are on my Rumble page actually. They're on my YouTube and my X page as well. So you can. It's easier to probably filter it on my YouTube page. Like if I just show you, you can just go to my YouTube like this on my channel, and you can go to playlists, and I've got playlists, look, interviews. So there's only 2 so far, but if you want to watch them, they're there. We will have more future guests on as well at one point. We was meant to have a couple people come on recently, but the time zone and all that stuff made it hard. So, but there will be future guests coming on in the future. Let me know as well if there's anyone in particular that you want me to try and get on, and I'll try and work my magic. And yeah, it's true as well. The CIA did want Assad out. I mean, it's why this is the same people pushing that narrative that Putin's an evil man. We should send our tax money to Ukraine. You know, like just all the same narrative. Palestine are terrorists, blah blah blah. You know, Netanyahu, we need to send him our money. Like it's the same people that are pushing these same narratives that are also telling you that Assad is this bad guy. You know, so. Oh, okay. Shout out Alexia from Germany. Thanks for tuning in. Sarah said, if you have me on, you'll be demonetized and banned within minutes. I mean, I'm not monetized anyway. I'm not monetized on YouTube. I'm not monetized anywhere. I'm monetized on X. They give me about $150 every couple of weeks. I literally have, you know, there's accounts on X that I see get like thousands of pounds, and they're getting like 10 million impressions, or not even that. They're getting like 2 million impressions. My account averages like 50 million every 2 weeks, and I've had weeks where I even get 200 million, and I got $200. So we're practically demonetized. I mean, I can't even pay for my car insurance with the money I get from here. I still have to work my slave job, unfortunately, and pay the bills that way. So we are technically demonetized, you know. It is what it is. So that's why I never cared about having, you know, Jackson and Ryan Dawson. They're both banned from YouTube. So, you know, they're banned from Twitch as well. I don't get paid there. So it doesn't really matter about me getting demonetized, you know. I suppose I'm in it now. I've got an influence now. I've got a lot of followers now, so I'm not gonna stop talking about it because I don't get paid. Do you know what I mean? I have to just work in the real world, and hopefully I'll figure a way to get money that way. But that's why I sometimes don't have as much time as I wish I did have. But maybe one day. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, anyway, I want, yeah, and Twitter, you know, Elon's pets and all of these people, they get paid like loads of money, of course. If I made it, maybe I should just change my picture, you know, to a picture of Elon Musk, change it to the Elon Musk fan page, talk about how cool his rockets are all day, and maybe he'll give me some good money, you know. Joking, obviously I won't do that. But that's how it works nowadays on Twitter. If you want to get paid, you have to basically suck off Elon. I mean, I'm lucky to even have my blue check. Touch wood, I don't lose it now, but I'm lucky to even have that, really. So at least $150 every 2 weeks is better than some people get, you know. Some people are getting absolutely nothing, so always got to be grateful in that sense. But yeah, so what else did we see? We saw, that's what I was just saying about Ukraine and Russia. Israel plans to send Russian weapons seized from Hezbollah to Ukraine. The Tel Aviv's deputy foreign minister said this to Ukrainian ambassador in an official meeting earlier today. We captured weapons from Hezbollah and Hamas, which are often Russian weapons. It would be a good idea to ship them to Ukraine, Israel's Likud chairman of the Liberals, Amir Wheatman, said in November. So, I mean, yeah, sorry, I'm just reading the chat, I'm getting a bit confused. Yeah, exactly, and Penguin, exactly that. You know, like, I'm surprised that the YouTube and Twitch has lasted this long. I've been banned on YouTube 3 separate times already. Been banned on TikTok, banned pretty much everywhere. Twitch is my first time going, but we just don't get a lot of reach. It's because of the things that we're talking about, you know. We're not sitting here playing Minecraft or something. We're talking about some real life stuff, and the most important thing is it's going against what all these people want us to talk about. So, I do have donations in Unum. Sorry, is that your name? If you was interested. I have a Patreon. I think that's the best way if you guys ever do want to support me is on Patreon. I mean, I've got Twitter subscribers as well. You can pay like $3 a month or something. But the thing is with Twitter subscriptions is that at any time they could demonetize me, as we've seen with like loads of accounts, like, you know, like Myron Gaines and like Dr. Anna and loads of other accounts. They lost their blue ticks and all of the subscribers were taken away, and then the subscribers were still getting charged. So Elon's taking everyone's money, and you know they're not getting any of it. So I mean, you're more than welcome to donate there, but of course, you know, never know, one day you could take it all away and then I would never get that payout. So I'd say the safest way if you want to ever do that is to go on my page and go on my Patreon. You can do like a monthly subscription there, or you can do like one-time donations and stuff. But I appreciate it either way, and I don't ever think I'm asking you guys. I was just answering the question. Sorry, I'm not asking for money. But sorry, I'm just catching up. You'd have to pretend space-time is real and carting rockets they didn't capture. Yeah, they didn't capture anything significant, but it's just it just shows you the ties that Israel and Ukraine have got. You know, it's like, it's funny because, you know, Russia's obviously close allies with Iran and Hezbollah and all these countries that support Palestine, and then you've got Israel, close allies with Ukraine and all of the other people that we get told are bad people. You know, so shout out to UK Pax. Thank you, brother, for tuning in on Twitch. And yeah, you said better for people to donate directly on my bank. I mean, yeah, no, to be honest, that would be like some form of like doxing. Well, to be honest, my name's already out there and stuff, but I'm not sure. I don't know about giving out bank details. Maybe like crypto wallets and stuff, but yeah, and Zelensky is a Bolshevik. Yes, he is. But so what else? Oh yeah, so Channel 14 quoting an Israeli official said, "What we did in Gaza will be repeated in our operation in the northern West Bank." So they're already talking about, you know, turning the West Bank into what they've done to Gaza, bombing it into smithereens, you know. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not one of them guys that sits around like posting tweets every day asking for money, you know. I mean, the links are on my profile. Okay, if I have, and I'm not the type of person as well to like post a video of something happening, like say for example a kid gets killed in Gaza or just anything really. Like, I'm not going to just post my donation link under there, do you know what I mean? I feel like it's not really the type of thing. I don't feel like a good person asking for money just for posting. Like, I feel like I should be speaking up about this anyway, you know? I shouldn't be asking for money, but when I do like a thread or something, like sometimes I sit there for hours and put down together a thread, and then at the bottom of it I'll leave like my Patreon link. But I'll be honest with you guys, I've got 2 Patreon subscribers, you know, so not a lot of people do it, but either way 2 is like more than enough for me, you know. I appreciate the kind will of people anyway, but yeah, I'm not one to really just sit around asking for money all the time. But so yeah, after we saw what this Israeli officials were saying when they said they're going to repeat what they did in Gaza and the West Bank, Israeli bulldozers continue to invade and wreak havoc in the West Bank. So they go around just destroying the roads, destroying the infrastructure everywhere. I mean, they're just demons. Look at them. We've got no sound on this anyway, but let me just double check the other streams as well while we've got this up. Yeah, I don't know what this party app's all about as well. It's not really, no one's really watching over there. I think all these party streamers as well are like random like you know, like them guys that play like games and stuff. We do like IRL streams and things like that. It's not really probably the same, but we'll try to spread our channel anyway. So yeah, Israeli bulldozers just destroying the West Bank. I mean, they have been doing this for years, and they've been doing this the whole time the genocide was ongoing. But it's like there's a lot more attention on it right now, I guess. but they have obviously started this big operation. So PA forces in Jenin were spotted charging towards the Razi hospital to help Israeli forces to kill Palestinians. Look at this. So yeah, disgusting people. So then Israeli forces gave the civilians in a Jenin hospital a deadline to leave, and I said, what are they going to do to the hospital? Because like we were just saying a minute ago, well, we know what they did to all the hospitals in Gaza. Why are they now telling all the civilians in hospitals in Jenin that they've got to leave too? So yeah, there's obviously a lot of panic going around in the West Bank. And then look, local sources, obviously in the area, said PA security forces raided the Al Razi hospital in Jenin during the occupation forces' storming of the city and the camp. So more proof that they're directly, working alongside Israeli forces. And so yeah, and then look, same stuff we saw in Gaza. Israel began kidnapping civilians in Jenin. They're tying them up, the same tactics they used in Gaza. Look, tying them up, blindfolding them. You know, there's no Hamas in the West Bank, so what's their excuse now? Oh, this is going to be the Jenin battalion. These people are Jenin battalion. That's what they're going to be saying now about everybody. Watch. Same old playbook. And of course, since Trump lifted them sanctions on the Israeli settlers, that they were still doing it anyway, but you know, it seems like it's increased a lot now. Clashes started taking place between illegal settlers and Palestinians in Hebron. So yeah, and then look, this is when I done a thread. So this is what I was talking about a minute ago. The threads that I do sometimes, they take a while to put together. So I said, think Israel's brutality in Jenin is new? Think again. For decades, they've been committing crimes in the West Bank, stealing land and destroying homes and killing civilians. What's happening now is just history repeating itself. And here's what you need to know. And it's kind of annoying, you know. I put a lot of time into these threads, and Twitter just deboosts me, and I only get 18k views. I mean, at least 18k people saw it, I guess, but I'm guessing that I wanted it to go to a larger audience, you know, not just the people that are following me. I wanted to educate more people, because I'm guessing a lot of people are already educated on this. But for those that don't know, first, the West Bank has been under heavy Israeli military occupation since at least 1967. This isn't new. Over 3 million Palestinians live there under daily control by an occupying force. Settlements, checkpoints and apartheid policies are tools to steal their land. Since 1967, over 600,000 settlers have moved into illegal Israeli settlements in the West Bank, taking the land by force. Entire Palestinian villages have been wiped off of the map to make room. Meanwhile, Palestinians can't even build homes without risking demolition. In 2023 alone, before October 7th, let me just put this on full screen, it'll be better, yeah. In 2023 alone, before October 7th, Israel demolished over 1,000 Palestinian structures in the West Bank, homes, schools and farms. This is ethnic cleansing in slow motion. Families displaced over and over again, forced into exile into their own land. And let's talk about Jenin, a key target of Israeli aggression. In July 2023, Israeli forces stormed the Jenin refugee camp with 1,000 soldiers and airstrikes, killing 12 Palestinians and displacing thousands. They destroyed homes, roads and infrastructure. And notice that was July 2023. What's that? August, September. 3 months before October. Interesting. Jenin isn't just a city, it's a symbol of Palestinian resistance. Israel's targeting of Jenin, both in July 23 and now in January 2025, aims to crush the spirit of resistance and erase a community that refuses to be silenced. Checkpoints choke the West Bank. Palestinians are forced to wait hours to travel a few miles. Imagine needing permission from your oppressor just to go work, school or visit your family. The daily humiliation is a part of Israel's control. And that's what it is, you know. These people, they feed off of, they get some sort of enjoyment and some fulfillment in their life to see other people suffer. There's no other, why else would they be doing it, you know? What's happening now in Jenin, raids, airstrikes, mass arrests, shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. This is Israel's long-term plan. Take more land, crush the resistance, and force the Palestinians out. The ceasefire in Gaza hasn't stopped their aggression in the West Bank. For decades, Israel has used the same excuse, security, but the truth is clear. This isn't about security, it's about colonization, apartheid, and stealing Palestinian land. They did it before October 7th, and they're doing it again now. So, for those that are just tuning in, the oppression of Palestinians did not start on October 7th, 23, and it won't end until we demand accountability for decades of Israeli crimes. So everyone's got to speak up, because justice for Palestine means justice everywhere. And then this is when I'd put my Patreon on there for, was it you that asked Shaquille? You can go on my Patreon, and it's here. It's just like the same as Twitter, it's donations, you know. There's like a membership, $5 a month. Yeah, $5 a month. $9 a month apparently. Okay, maybe I set it up wrong. I don't think I did. Okay, yeah, look, $5 a month. I've got 2 members, so that's how you do it. It's the same as X payouts basically, but it's just a little bit more safer, because hopefully I won't get banned from Patreon as well. Then we're really fucked. But yeah. Anyway, back to what's going on. So yeah, obviously that's a good thread as well. I mean, you guys should bookmark it as well, because you know there's always the people that will try and blame everything on October 7th, and they'll try and ignore what's going on in the West Bank. There's some good history in there. It's only a short thread, but yeah, where was we? Oh yeah, we had Ben Gavir, you know, even though he's not in the government anymore, he's still rambling his mouth on. He said the ceasefire agreement is not just a surrender deal, it's a national insult to Israel. We must stop it and return to war immediately. And this guy's lost his mind, honestly. So yeah, Hamas made a statement regarding the illegal settlement plans in the West Bank. They said, the occupation's announcement of plans to build more than 10,000 settlement units in Jerusalem comes within the framework of the comprehensive war on our people. The announcement by the Zionist occupation authorities of plans to build more settlement outposts and units in occupied Jerusalem, including the construction of a religious school for Zionist extremists in the Sheikh Jarrah neighbourhood, in addition to more than 10,000 settlement units on the lands of Palestinian citizens in Jerusalem, is a new violation that comes within the framework of the comprehensive war waged by the government of the war criminal Netanyahu against our Palestinian people. It aims to impose new facts on the ground in an attempt to impose its alleged sovereignty over the occupied West Bank and Jerusalem. While we warn of the repercussions of these dangerous Zionist measures, we call for the unification of the Palestinian ranks to confront this Zionist encroachment on our land and rights, and to engage in a comprehensive national programme to confront the malicious settlement plans, and to activate the resistance struggle until the occupation is expelled from our land and our independent Palestinian state is established with Jerusalem as its capital. So he's basically, they're basically as well, they're calling for like the Palestinian authorities, you know, they're saying we call for the unification of the Palestinian ranks to confront them. So they want the Palestinian authority to, you know, step in and do something about this, you know, this is your brothers and this is meant to be your land too, you know. But what did the Palestinian authority do? They team up with the Zionists because they're scared, they're cowards, and they'd rather just save themselves, you know, than save their own brothers and sisters. No worries, Alexia. I appreciate you tuning in anyway, and thank you. Have a good sleep. I know it's getting late as well. It's 11:45 where I am as well. So, I know how you feel. But, what else has been going on? So, okay, it's going to do this again. Israel is also expected to take control of the Rafah crossing, with the Palestinian Authority managing operations under Israeli supervision. So Netanyahu is actually denied in the agreement, but a reported plan was discussed during a visit to Cairo by Mossad chief Didi Barnea and Shin Bet head Ronan Bar. So these are just that's just sort of a speculation, of course, because Netanyahu denied it, but I mean, he's denied a lot of things. We can't really trust the word he says, so I suppose we have to wait and see with that one. What else? Sorry, I got a little itch on my foot. But So yeah, the Palestinian Authority was arresting fighters from the Jenin battalion apparently, and handing them over to Israel. I mean, even if they are in the Jenin battalion, these people are meant to be fighting for your own people, you know. So I don't know why they're doing that. Make sure this video is not too graphic. I don't think it is. I think that's why I left it. Yeah, you can't really see much. So Israeli forces shot an unarmed civilian on live TV and then blocked the ambulance so he would bleed to death. So yeah, classic Zionist tactics, you know, kill the civilians and block all the ambulances. What a surprise. And then obviously as well, look, PA forces are kidnapping Palestinians and handing them over to Israelis in Jenin. So this is what I was talking about earlier. They're kidnapping the civilians. I think these are actually Jenin fighters, to be fair. But still, they're kidnapping them, tying their hands behind their back, and then marching them to Israeli forces, look. And you can literally, for the people who say, oh no, that's not them, that's not the Palestinian Authority. Yes, it is. You can see the Palestinian Authority badges at the top, look. You can see the same badge that they have. So, Palestinian Authority, they're traitors. They work with Israel. They work with Zionists. They're probably Zionists themselves. I mean, they must be Zionists themselves if they want to oppress their own people. And anyone that's telling you to trust these people have probably got some different intentions at heart. You got to think to yourself, the people that are telling me that the Palestinian authorities are good, why are they trying to make me think that when I can see the images with myself? It's like the same old narrative with the beheaded babies that Israel was pushing, you know? They wanted everyone on their side because they had no evidence of any of this, and we had all the evidence of the war crimes. And the same thing that's going on now, we've got all the evidence that the Palestinian authorities are working against the Palestinians. So why are these people trying to convince us that the PA is good? And then you've got to start looking into things. Does this person have ties with this person? Is President Abbas got ties with certain other world leaders that they happen to support as well? And then you got to really realise that these people are they're doing it for their own benefits, you know. We can see what's really happening with the Palestinian Authority. It doesn't take a genius to look at it. So yeah. And yeah, I agree, Shaquille, you know, these people act like they went through so much, and they're doing the same to the Palestinians. So yeah, I mean, what can we say? Just gonna move on to some bits about Trump now, I guess. So, obviously you guys know that Trump was officially sworn in now. He's the president of America officially since last Monday. Well, the Monday just gone, should I say, three days ago. So, I mean, Trump's what do I even think of Trump? I don't know. He's obviously a Zionist, of course. Do I think he's better than the options that we had already? In a way, yeah. In a way, he's better than Biden. I mean, he's done some good things already. He's done a few good bits, I must say. But they all bow down to the same masters at the end of the day. But I suppose he's the best out of the bad crowd, you know. But he's still not good. I still won't support Trump. I'll give him his credit when it's due, but I'm not a Trump supporter, you know. And I know, we all know that he's controlled by Israel too. So, but we're going to talk about some stuff anyway, because Trump said he's going to sign an executive order to immediately remove all government censorship and to bring back free speech to America. I mean, sounds good, talks a good game. We'll see if it actually happens. He said, I'm proclaiming today that there's only two genders, male and female. I mean, that should be obvious. That should be completely obvious anyway. I don't know why this was even a discussion in the first place. Yeah, exactly, Shaquille. He's definitely a Zionist, but he's definitely better than Biden or Kamala, you know? That's what I'm saying. He was the one who really did bring the ceasefire to Gaza. I mean, even though Israel breaching it still, he's definitely calmed stuff down a lot more. And it proves that it could have easily been done. All Netanyahu needed was to know his place a little bit more, you know? But, so you got to respect him in that manner, I guess. Even if it was only for his own publicity to make him look like he's this big bad guy and everyone's scared of him, like, it still happened at the end of the day, so. And yeah, Unums, you're completely right. I mean, he's fooled a lot of people. Because Trump, he's, you know, Biden couldn't even barely put a sentence together, and he's like, I don't even see Trump as a president, you know, he's like a celebrity, basically, that just somehow got into politics. So, I suppose people just feel like they can relate to him, and he's always for the cameras, you know. It feels like everything he does is to get for the cameras, so. But we'll give him his credit where he's due for certain things. He said any government workers or servicemen that were illegally fired during COVID for refusing to take the vaccine will receive the pay they deserve. I mean, these are all some good things, I guess. He said, I'll rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. I mean, okay. And he also said we're taking back the Panama Canal. Okay, let's see what happens there. And we've got the full video, I think, here. So President Trump vows and promises that the US is taking back the Panama Canal from the Chinese control and influence. The United States spent a lot of money and many Americans lost their lives while building the Panama Canal. We didn't give it to China, we gave it to Panama. We're taking it back. I mean, you gave a lot of money to Israel too, man. You gave a lot of money to Israel. We gave a lot of money to Israel, so are we going to get that money back as well? Probably not. Okay, whatever you say, Trump. Don't know why it's so important. I mean, we've given enough money to Israel and to Ukraine. Why don't we focus on getting the billions of dollars from Ukraine and Israel, and then maybe you could talk about the Panama Canal after, but come on, man. Come on. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, he always thinks that he's going to strike this deal with Russia, and Russia's... Sorry, I don't know. The guy's kind of crazy, man. He said, we'll put an end to all wars. Our strength will stop the wars and bring a new spirit of unity to a world that has been angry, violent and completely unpredictable. I want my legacy to be that I'm a peacemaker and a unity maker. Hundreds of Afghan refugees who are scheduled to travel to the United States from Afghanistan have had their flights cancelled after Trump's inauguration too. So, and this is the only thing I will agree on, that Trump's press secretary did violate Biden. She said, this man's already done more in 24 hours than his predecessor, sorry, I can't say that word, did in 4 years, which is completely true, you know. As much as bad things we want to say about Biden, Trump does seem to be getting a lot more done, but... Kind of true, I guess. And then Trump stated that if Putin refuses to engage in negotiations over Ukraine, additional sanctions are likely to be imposed on Moscow. I mean, come on, like, oh, do you really think that Moscow care? Do you think Putin cares for a few more sanctions? Like, the SMO's been going on for 3 years now, nearly 3 years next month, and they've been sanctioned to oblivion by everybody. And what's happened out of it? Russia's still thriving. BRICS is growing stronger and stronger every day. Russia's developed better ties with other countries around the world. They've learned that they don't need to be dependent on the dollar. They don't need to be dependent on countries like America and the UK. They never have anyway, but now it's like, you know, they tried giving all these sanctions, you know, the British and the Americans and the Western nations all tried sanctioning Russia thinking it was going to destroy their economy. And it actually made it better, because then it actually screwed over people like us in the UK that now have to pay a much higher gas bill because we don't want to buy Russian oil and Russian gas. And then what happens? The Saudis will just go and buy all of the Russian resources and then sell it to us for double the price. So then the Saudis are making money, the Russians are making even more money, and we're losing even more money. You know, the British taxpayer is funding a war that's never ending, and Ukraine's losing more and more land every day. So Trump thinks really that these, you know, sanctions are going to help. Like, I thought he was talking some sense at first with Putin, and now he's saying dumb stuff like this. So it makes you think, is Trump really actually, does he even really know what's going on? Where has he been the last 3 years when this has been going on, you know? Yeah, exactly. It doesn't, that's what I'm saying, all the people at the top, like, they're the ones that are not getting affected, you know, the people that are imposing the sanctions, it don't affect them, it affects all of the people living in the country. But, you know, you look at Russia and look at where Putin has brought Russia from, you know, when you look back, you know, Putin was prime minister before he was president. You look back to, you know, he became president in the year 2000, the new millennium, sorry. If you look back to the year 2000 at Russia, where it was, and then look at Russia now, you know, it's only been moving forward. And then you look at the Americans and the British, and it's just going backwards. So, I mean, BRICS is definitely the future, guys. Yeah, Germany's getting Russia double price. Exactly the same as what's going on in Britain. The same exact thing, you know. We've sanctioned them as well, and I think America has as well. So it's like, what is the logic? You know, oh yeah, that'll teach Putin. You know, that will teach him. He won't mess with us anymore. Well, no, Putin's still getting the same money. Russia's still getting them the same money. Saudi and all these other countries are rinsing you now as well. And yeah, we're just getting screwed over. So when asked about further military assistance to Ukraine, Trump stated that he would address the issue after holding talks with both Zelensky and Putin. However, he emphasised that the EU must increase its contribution to match that of the United States. I mean, why are we increasing all, like, what's going on? Like, honestly, what's going on? Trump's office DEI officers, Trump orders DEI officers on paid leave, as woke offices close down. So he set a deadline of Wednesday to notify them, demands reports confirming progress within 24 hours. So he's doing a lot of side quests. And Zelensky's been begging President Trump to deploy US troops to help fight Russia. I bet he has. Trump issued a new statement calling for peace with Russia. He kind of called for peace, I guess, but when you read it, it wasn't really too much of a, I don't know. Would you guys make a statement? So he said, I'm not looking to hurt Russia. I love the Russian people, and I've always had a very good relationship with President Putin. And this despite the radical left's Russia, I don't know what he means there, Russia hoax. We must never forget that Russia helped us win the Second World War, losing almost 60 million lives in the process. All of that being said, I'm going to do Russia, whose economy is failing. I mean, like what? Russia's economy is not failing. And President Putin a very big favour. Settle now and stop this ridiculous war. It's only going to get worse. If we don't make a deal, and soon, I have no other choice but to put high levels of taxes, tariffs, and other sanctions on anything being sold by Russia to the United States and various other participating countries. Let's get this war, which never would have started if I were president. Why would it have mattered if you were president? Like, nothing to do with you. Over with. We can do it the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. And the easy way is always better. It's time to make a deal. No more lives should be lost. I don't know. Someone said lol, like Putin gives a flying fuck. Like, exactly. I'm just gonna drop a like there. Yeah, like obviously, what like Putin does not care, mate. Shut up. And then what else did Trump do? US President Donald Trump signs an executive order allowing the deportation of foreign students who show support for groups such as Hamas and Hezbollah. So now he's deporting people that support them. Okay. Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, said there's a risk that Israel... Oh, hang on a minute. Why is this in the Trump thing? Okay. Might as well mention it anyway, that Guterres said that, you know, what Israel's doing in the West Bank is a violation of international law. We know that. Oh, look, what's going on with my bookmarks? They've all gone into the wrong one. That's what I'm saying. What is going on in this stupid X? So anyway, getting me confused. So then Washington's new Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, made his first call to an overseas leader. Guess who it was, guys? Of course, it was Israel's Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu. What an idiot. Did anyone see that coming? Of course we all did. US President Trump, Saudi Arabia, this is what we were talking about earlier, Saudi Arabia will invest 600 billion into our country, and I'll ask the king to increase the number to 1 trillion. Interesting. Trump also, we're really running out of stuff. Trump also wants to, let me play this one first because this is more relevant. He basically made it an official policy that there are only 2 genders, which should have been done. This should have just been done since the dawn of time, but yeah, so we heard that. Yeah, okay. And then Trump wants to resume the nuclear disarmament talks with Russia and China. And he said Putin really liked the idea of cutting back on nuclear weapons. Well, of course, because Putin actually does want peace as well, you know. So yeah, of course we don't want nuclear weapons, and yeah, Shaquille is true. There's no such thing as 1,000 genders, thankfully. You know, it's a shame I can't identify as a cat anymore. You know, I mean, who gives a fuck? Honestly, people are crazy, man. They're living in crazy land. And like the final thing, really, Donald Trump officially signed an executive order a couple of hours ago, which will declassify the JFK, RFK, and MLK Jr. files. Yeah, let's play the video. So yeah, I mean, this is all for the cameras, you know. Like he said, oh yeah, the people have been waiting, because he knows how to get the attention. He knows how to get the people on his side. Forget that Trump used to be a salesman, you know. So he knows how to sell a good game to the people and act like he's this man. But like I said, it won't surprise me if it comes out that it was China that killed JFK and it was Russia that killed Martin Luther King Jr. and it was Iran that sent them the weapons to do it, and Hamas. So, I mean, or it's just going to be a load of nonsense that's not going to give anything away, and we're going to basically be left with the same things that we was already left with, you know? Nothing changed, or it'll be something to sway us in the opposite direction, just to give us a little hint. If it was anything to do with Israel or anyone like that, then we're definitely not ever going to hear about it. So, I won't expect too much from this, to be honest. But hey, Trump's going to be Trump, you know? He's going to try and get the people on his side. Seems to be working for him, and there seems to be a lot of people that are just completely brainwashed by everything he says. They think everything he says is 100% true, so I suppose that's what he's good at. Yeah, so I'm just checking my Rumble chat. But yeah, I think that's pretty much from me anyway, to be honest. It's kind of late now, it's like midnight. We've spoken about pretty much everything, so I suppose we'll do a stream again in a couple of days. We'll do a catch up and, you know, catch up on the news as we always do. You know, people like you, Shaquille, that say it's your first time, we always do these streams usually on a Tuesday or a Thursday. Sometimes occasionally on the weekend. It depends if it's been like a busy news week, then we'll try and do it more often. But if there's not really too much to talk about, then I don't want to, you know, I'm not trying to do a stream that's kind of pointless and I sit there and everyone gets bored and, you know, doesn't want to come back to the next one. So we try and keep it so we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. But I appreciate everyone that tuned in anyway. And yeah, we'll catch up in a few days or something. But sorry. But they're usually always around the same sort of time, between, you know, no earlier than 9 o'clock PM, no earlier than 9 PM UK time, and no later than 11 PM at night they'll start. You know, maybe like, sometimes I've started at like 11:30, but I really don't want to ever start at that time, so it's usually around 10 PM UK time that they will start. I always put a tweet out a few minutes before. They're usually kind of random. I don't really like set up a stream and say we're going to do it at this time. Maybe I should next time, but yeah. But anyway, I appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. Thanks Unims and Shaquille and everyone else in the chat. And I hope you guys all have a good night. And until next time, we'll catch up then. Oh, shut up, Trump. Until next time, we'll catch up then. Have a good one, guys. Thank you.
Today, we are super fucking happy about it. So ladies and gentlemen, take a moment to like and empty the space. Let's bring some more people in here to enjoy the celebration.
Yes!
The farewell party to the Saviour.
Say goodbye, a farewell for this motherfucker that put the fucking video of the fucking hostage. So this is a fucking farewell for me, okay?
Because he shouldn't exist from the get-go. He should have been executed by the Mossad long time ago, and I've been asking for this for a long time. And I was talking to my commander, I'm telling you, this needs to go.
I think that you need to gather all the Zions, eliminate them.
He deserves to be genocided like all the other Nazis, and he's a convicted fucking criminal. And they pissed the hell out of me. This fucking Hamas and giving them a voice after October 7, and us Jews and Israelis can live peacefully. I hate him.
Great.
I hate him.